See, now we are going to see that the main objective of this class is the student can able to solve the some of the numericals based upon the DC generator as well as the motor. Now here we will take the one problem. A DC shunt generator has a full load of 10 kilowatt at a terminal voltage of 240. The armature and shunt field resistances are 0.6 and 160 ohms respectively. The sum of the mechanical and core losses is given 500 watts. Calculate the power required in kilowatt at the driving shaft at full load and corresponding efficiency. See here, it is given that shunt generator. So first you have to draw the shunt generator diagram, equivalent circuit diagram. This is the armature. This is the field winding. This is the load current, nothing but a. See here how much load is connected, 10. The load is connected as a 10 kilowatt at a voltage of 240. The voltage is 240. Now the armature resistance is given 0.6 and field resistance is given, shunt field resistance 160 ohms respectively. The sum of the mechanical and core losses are given. See, first of all, they ask you to find out how much is the driving torque at a full load. Nothing but a, see, this is armature is there, this is shaft. At the shaft, we are giving a mechanical input. We are giving the mechanical input. So, whenever we are giving the mechanical input, the armature is rotating. Once it is rotating, it is giving a some amount of power to the load. That power is becomes a 10 kilowatt. That power is becomes a 10 kilowatt. See here, they ask you to find out how much input power we are given to the shaft. We are given to the shaft of a DC generator. So to solve this one, first of all you have to calculate the load current. Load current IL equal to PL by VL. PL value is given, that is 10 kilowatt, that you have to convert into watts, divided by 240. You are getting the value as 41.66 amperes. This is the load current. Next, you have to calculate the shunt field current. This shunt field current. This current equal to the voltage across the shunt field divided by this resistance. How much is the voltage? 240 volts. 240 divided by 160, you are getting the 1.5 amperes. Now this is the armature current. Now armature current equal to load current. Apply the KCL at this point. Load current plus field current IF. So we are getting the 41.66 plus 1.5. You are getting the value as 43.15 amperes. You keep this value aside. Now we are finding that this is the armature current. Now we are finding the armature copper loss. Armature copper loss equal to Ia square Ra. So this is equal to Ia square value we know 43.15 square into Ra value is given 0.6. This is armature copper loss. Armature copper loss. Now this value equal to 1117 watts. 0.6 is there, that I was neglected. 1117 watts. Next, shunt field copper loss. Shunt field copper loss equal to the voltage across this branch into this current, nothing but a 240 into that current is 1.5. We are getting the 240 into 1.5, you are getting the value 360 watts. Total copper loss, total copper loss, total copper loss equal to sum of these two values. If we add these two values, 1117 plus 360, you're getting the value as 1477 watts. This is the total copper loss. Now here the sum of mechanical losses as well as core losses is given. Mechanical losses and core losses given. So the total losses in a machine at this value of load, total losses, these are total copper loss, total losses equal to this value, nothing but a total copper loss 1477 plus 500. We are getting the value as 1977 watts. These are the total copper loss. Now we are finding the how much power input to the shaft. Nothing but the output power plus total losses occurs in a generator. So input of generator, nothing but a shaft power. Input of generator equal to total losses output power. So here watts, kilowatt, nothing plus 77 kilowatt. You are getting the value as a 11.97 kilowatt. 97 input power. Nothing value. Having long shunt amperes. Yes. Armature including brush contact 0.1 ohm. The shunt field 100 ohms. The iron losses at full load is given 1000 watts. Windage and fractional loss is given 500 watts. Calculate the full load efficiency of the machine. So again in this case, I have to draw the Again, in this case, you have to draw the circuit diagram. This is long shunt compound generator. Shunt and armature resistance as well as the series field resistance, everything is given as the total resistance 0.1 ohm. That's why I have written separately outside. Nothing but it is representing the series field resistance as well as the armature resistance. Inside armature resistance is that this problem you have to calculate shunt field current. Shunt field current is nothing resistance, nothing but a 240 by 100. That value you are getting 1 or 2.4 amperes. Now the armature copper loss, nothing but in this branch, how much copper loss is occurs? Armature copper loss is not given directly. The sum of the total 1048 watts. Now the shunt field copper loss equal to, here the shunt field is there. Now the shunt field copper 576 was total copper loss equal to loss equal to sum of these two losses, nothing but a 1048 plus 576. You are getting the value as a total losses equal to, now we are going to find out the total losses. Total losses equal to, and this getting losses 3120 kilowatt, 3.124 kilowatt. Now the output equal to, see here, output power here equal to V into I, nothing but output voltage into. This is equal to 240 into 100, value as a kilowatt, 24 kilowatt. We, so the input power equal to loss losses as a 27 point watt. Full load current of 196 amperes at a 220 volts. The stray losses are 720 watts and shunt field corresponding. The stray loss is given separately. The field resistance is given 55. Asked to find out the armature resistance. Armature resistance is field current, shunt field current equal to 220 divided by 55. Nothing but voltage across this branch divided by this resistance, that gives the 4 amperes. Now the armature current equal to this current plus this current, nothing but a 200 amperes. This is IA. This is ISH, shunt field current. armature shunt field copper loss VSH ISH plus straight losses occur in this value. Scale RA that you have to calculate, we don't know. That you have to calculate. 2 years plus stray losses is, if we simplify this one, how sum of these two values you are getting the 1600, this value you are getting a 200 or 40,000 RA. This you take it to the equation 1. This you take it as a equation. Total. You can also find the total losses in emission from other data also given. Efficiency of the input of a generator equal to output power divided by the efficiency of the generator. The output power is 20 into 196 divided by 0.88. This is the input power. Thousand watts, 49,000. 49,000 minus this value input power 'Take the equation 2. Equation 1 equal to 2. Equation thousand RA RA equal to 3,000. 5880 minus 1600 divided by 40,000. Now we are getting the how much value you are getting means RP. is equal to 10 kilowatt divided by 240. You're getting the value as a load current as a 41.667 amperes. 41.667 amperes. See here, the shunt field data is not given. If the shunt field data is not given, we are assuming, we are neglecting the shunt. So armature current equal to load current, that is equal to this value 41.667 amperes. 667 amperes. So getting the V nothing but equal to 200 watts. It is given in the problem. So RA equal to 200 divided by 41.66 scale. That value given the armature resistance. So 200 divided by 41.66 again divided by what? RA value are getting as a 0.1152. Here we are getting the now 0.1153 volts. So Now we are going to see the last problem. A 4-pole lap wounded armature running at 1500 rpm delivers a current of 150 amperes, has 64 commutator segments. The brush span is 1.2 segments and the inductance of each armature coil is 0.05 millihenries. Calculate the value of reactance voltage. Assuming that, see here it is not given, assuming that the mica insulation is neglected, the thickness of the mica insulation is neglected. See here, this one, the mica insulation is neglected. Assuming that the mica insulation is mica thickness, linear commutation. See, in case of linear commutation, direct formula is there. Linear commutation, in linear commutation, the reactance voltage equal to L into self inductance of the coil into di by Tc. Tc is nothing but a commutation time. Now di is nothing but a, see here the current is changing. This is di. The current is changing from plus to the minus I. So the same equation is modified as a L into 2I by Tc. L into 2I by Tc. di by dt here, L into di by dt, that is equal to L into 2I by Tc, where Tc is nothing but a commutation time. See here, the problem with a Tc only. How we are going to calculate this Tc means, that we will see later. Now L value is given. L is 0.05 millihenries. Current is given 150 amperes, nothing but 2I, 2 into 150 divided by Tc. This you take it as a equation 1. Now how we are going to calculate the Tc means, commutation time equal to see here we are writing the Tc is nothing but a commutation time. The commutation time equal to number of revolutions per second, nothing but a 1500 divided by 60. This many revolutions are completed. In one revolution, how many segments are there? 64 segments. This is equal to, this quantity is nothing but a peripheral velocity. See, don't confuse here. This quantity is nothing but a peripheral velocity. This one. 1500 number of revolutions per second into the number of segments in a commutator. This is the commutator. Suppose if you take this is the commutator. How many segments are there here? In this manner, the segments are there. 64 segments are given. 64 segments are there. So in 1 second, how much distance is traveled? How many segments are completed? Nothing but the peripheral velocity in terms of a commutator segments. See, 1500 divided by 60 into 64. This is nothing but a peripheral velocity. Now, TC equal to commutation time equal to width of the brush minus thickness of a mica. Mica thickness is neglected. So width of the brush is given as a 1.2 divided by the peripheral velocity, this value nothing but a 1500 divided by 60 into 64. If we simplify this one, 1.2 into 60 divided by 1500 into 64, you are getting the how much value means 1.2 into 60 equal to divided by 1500 equal to divided by 64 equal to, you are getting the 7.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 seconds. This is the commutation time. Very small amount of time. That value you have to take here. This value you substitute here. Now whenever you are substituting here, this TC value, now this is equal to 7.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4. 3 here gets cancelled, minus 1 is there. So you are getting the value as a 0.05 into 2 into 150 equal to divided by 0.75. The reactance voltage we are getting as a 20 volts. We are getting the 20 volts in a linear commutation. Suppose if it is a sinusoidal commutation, now this is equal to 1.11 into 2I by TC. This is the reactance voltage in a sinusoidal commutation. Now already we calculated this value 1.11 L. Already we calculated this value. You substitute that value, nothing but 20 you are getting here. So 1.11 into 20, you are getting the how much value means 20 into 22.2 volts. In a linear commutation, you are getting the reactance voltage is 20 volts. In a sinusoidal commutation, the reactance voltage becomes 22 volts.